Hey everybody, good to see you. I'm really excited today. Sorry I'm running a couple minutes late. Had a little brain fart and forgot to send Ximena the link to the to the show. I'm like, okay, that's brilliant. So I've like popped in and I thought, oh, she's not here. I better go make sure she's okay. And I went and checked and she's like, is there a link? And I'm like, yes. Oh my God. You know, I don't know. I think that it's because I've been ever since I had the flu a couple weeks ago, I I got completely off on my sleep patterns. And so I've been like not sleeping at night, but then sleeping like in the morning until noon or slightly after. And it's really I sleep great, but it has messed up my patterns. And so I'm trying to like slowly bring those back into some kind of normal sleep pattern. And I even tried Ambien and I did not like it. I no. So I'm not taking that anymore. I did that for 2 nights and I said, "No." I had a, strange kind of experience with both. What happens is partially that I fight it. Like not on purpose, but like I will feel that I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to go to sleep." Oh, but wait, I need to do this first. Oh, now I need to do this first. And then I need to do that and then I don't know. And my brain's not working at full capacity while I'm doing those things. So anyway, oh yeah, you're on day 2. Gotta love the runny nose leaking constantly. Is that the flu? Yeah, it is terrible. Like I went live a couple times on here that I honestly considered stuffing like cotton balls or something up in my nose to try to not. 'Cause I did, if y'all look back on those days, I always have tissue because my nose is always itching. But anyway, I literally was like this a lot, which see, I kinda, like, would stuff it in my nose a little bit. Uh, oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably the flu. I know a lot of people that have had it. I actually was talking to, Marilyn Honig last night, partially in my Amnion state. But anyway, I was talking to her and she's been ill with it too. So yeah, she called it the B word. So yeah, I a lot of people suffering. So I my heart goes out to y'all, any of you. But I've really recovered quite well. Hey, Christy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, going to New Mexico. I'm jealous. I really like New Mexico. So yeah, I'm just the flu was a total B. So anyway, if any of you all have interesting flu stories, you'll have to share. Aaron Smith says, I've seen you before. Congratulations. I'm not sure on what, but thank you. And I hope you come back and watch. We love people coming in and watching. Y'all, as you're coming in, if you would hit those, like and subscribe buttons, that really helps just boost the lives out to the webs. It doesn't cost anything and it really doesn't like help me as far as financially or anything. So I mean, but it does get the lives out to bigger audiences. And I really do believe that we do some important things on here. So I that's what I want. I The financial end of it is not that important to me, but getting it out to other people is. And on that line today, we have one of my absolute favorite people on the planet. No, not Christy. I always say Christy is one of my favorites. She is, though. These are two of my absolute. Christy's in the chat, and the one that I'm going to have on the stage is amazing. A lot of you know her. Her name is Ximena, and we are calling this little thing that I've got going right now Witchy Wednesday because on Wednesdays, at least for a few weeks anyway, I'm going to talk to some of the the witchy community, and I absolutely have fallen in love with these ladies, and I want to show them to you all and let you see that this isn't people that are like scary or out hexing people or whatever. They're just normal, lovely, hilarious sometimes people. And yeah, I do too, Christy. I love the Witchy Wednesday. Yeah, I was like laughing yesterday and I said, you know that song that's like Manic Monday? Well, this is like Witchy Wednesday. So in the back of my head, I hear, just another Witchy Wednesday playing in my head. Luckily, y'all don't have to hear me sing very often. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invite Ximena on here. I want to talk to her a little bit about whatever she wants to talk about, first of all. But we had a really amazing experiences the last few days or a few days ago. And I want to talk a little bit about that. And so I'm going to bring her on. Everybody, welcome, Ximena. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm really good. I have been completely oddly zen since we spoke last. It's
It
really been,
happens.
yeah. And I just wanted well, first of all, I wanted to have you on anyway, but I wanted to have you on and just explain a little bit about that and kind of explain what happened and I don't know. I'm still like at a loss for words, but feel free to say anything that you want to say. I'm an open book. If you know, I did say yesterday that you had talked about that. I'm gonna let you explain what you did a little bit, if that's okay. But first of all, I did want to get this before I forget because my brain. But
Hmm.
I know that you had said that in the very beginning of the thing that we did that I my energy or whatever was really chaotic, and
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
yeah. And so I knew that on some level without like knowing that. And I know now that I'm not the same. I may be still like I'm ADHD. So I mean there's always a lot going on at any given time. But the chaos in my brain right now feels healthy and feels productive, if that makes any sense, instead of just like
It
a
does.
spiral of 100 things. So anyway, if you would just kind of explain what we did
Okay.
and go from
So
there.
so I've been working with energy for a long time since I started working
Mhm.
with tarot and all of those things and magic, and I'm a Wiccan, so I work with nature and I work with the elements and all of these things. And I remember when I started in this journey, learning about energy working, I discovered the angel working, which is energy. It's energy work. If you come from a position of where I come from, where you see that we are part of the divine and we all have a spark of divinity in ourselves and we're part of a whole that is the universe, spirit, whatever source, whatever you want to call
Mhm.
it, and we all have that spark, we have access to that energy and we are able to work with that energy in ways. So angels are in this energy. There's different levels and they're very high frequency um, beings, if you want to say a name. There's different definitions. Some people say they're like they have a human figure. Some people say they are just energy. Like there's different conceptions across cultures. The odd thing about these, or not odd thing, the beautiful thing about this is these type of figures appear in every religion, in every culture, without having to connect it with each other. So they
Mhm.
appear in different versions in different forms. So the way that I see them and the way that I like to explain it to people is when you want to see the sun directly, divinity, the God, whatever you want to name it, you're gonna have trouble seeing it because it's so bright. It's hard to access that energy like that. So angels are like the rainbow. They are like they split that light in different colors and different types of energies, and you can access that part of the divinity using that in like calling that part of the energy. So for example, if you work with Archangel Michael, he's blue, and then his energy is for protection, and he's the warrior, and he's so there's different types of energies. If you want to talk with love, work with love, then you have an archangel that works with that. They have like hierarchies, so it's like you have the archangels and then you have the angels and you have the like cherubs, and like there's different like
Yeah.
angels, and each archangel has like a different legion of angels that work with them. So it's a very vast world. I've been studying them for a
Yeah.
long time now. So what I do is we are working with energy, and when we're working with energy, what I do in healing sessions, like what I did with you, is that when someone is struggling, maybe for example, they are struggling with pain and they are struggling with something physical, then I channel the energy of Archangel Raphael, which is the one who's dedicated to that type of energy.
Mhm.
So what we do is we channel that energy through your body and your mind and your spirit, so you can use that to like soothe yourself if it's physically, mentally, or whichever you need,
Mhm.
your body needs right now. I don't do the work. I'm just a channel of their energy. And I can guide you so you can access to like that part specifically of the divinity so you can work on yourself and heal yourself. Like I'm not the healer. You do the work, I'm just a channel. And I know how to channel that through the meditations, through pendulums, depending on the session, I use different tools. Um, so what happened in our session is like you told me things that you were in need for. I don't know how much, because I treat that with confidence, so I don't want to get into details, but
Yeah.
um
Anything that you want to.
oh, I don't know if it's me. Did I lose you? I don't know if
Yeah, you
I was.
lost me for just a second. I was just saying that, it's fine to
Hi,
talk about
darling.
anything. I'm you're not gonna, you know, you can talk about anything I said or whatever. So,
So you were saying you needed clarity. You felt very chaotic. You were very stressed. You were going through a lot of things emotionally. There was a lot of things going on at that moment in your life. So what I did is I normally like have like you just send me this paragraph of what you were feeling. So I now know what type of energy I need to channel. So in this case, you needed clarity of mind. So what I did, I worked with Jofiel, which is like the one who gives us clarity of mind
mhm.
and purpose. And so your chaos feels less chaotic and more organized. It's going to
Yeah.
still be there because
Yeah.
they don't perform a miracle. They just give you clarity and guidance and how you still have to walk the journey. You still have to organize your life. You still have to do all the things you have to do, but you do it with less stress, less impact, etc. You were feeling a little bit of tension in your body. You were feeling some pain. You were feeling things. So I did also a work with Raphael. You were feeling pain. You were feeling grief. So what I did is I worked with Satya, which is the one who transmutes that. So instead of like the grief feeling super overwhelming, what it does, it soothes you and it becomes or transforms in understanding, compassion, forgiveness, like the feelings that you need to process. So they give you these um, tools that you need, that your soul needs in that moment. So the only thing that I do is I channel the energy. They understand what you need, and if you're open to them to help you, what they're going to give you is the tools that you need so you can work with that, and they'll soothe you. So I've realized while working with them, because I know it's like it sounds like, for people who don't understand this work or haven't worked with angels before, it's like I don't understand what's happening. But once you
Yeah.
start working with them more, you understand that you just need to ask for help and they will come and help you whenever you need it. And they soothe you and give you clarity and give you for me it's just the best energies to work with. I just love working with them. I
Mhm.
feel protected, I feel guided. They're pure light, they're pure love. And so you can whenever they come, you can feel their energy. You can feel how they're
Oh, yeah.
um so it's beautiful. So this is energies that I like to work. I don't work with them all the time. I work with them when I'm doing healing sessions. I work with them when I need clarity, protection,
Mhm.
um, and things like that. um, so yeah, it's that's what I did. So what we did with you is we were in this guided meditation. I walked you through what you needed to do. You need to ground yourself first. I do sense energy. So when you said you were feeling very chaotic, I did feel the overwhelm you were going through at that moment. It was coming through. I had to. I remember. Well, I feel what like they. it's gonna sound funny, but I feel what when they ask me to do things to
Mhm.
soothe myself, to ground myself, to protect myself. So I'm like, I know what to do. So it's just at that moment. So I felt the energy. So I started, okay, Sadkiel, I think you need to be more involved here. So help us like start calming and
Mhm.
transmuting and all of these things. And I you needed a lot of grounding, so that's why I started with, okay, let's connect with the earth, with the universe, like let's ground
Yeah.
ourselves, open our consciousness, because you need to be open to it, you need to be grounded to receiving the energy. And then I guided you through that, and you just like followed the visualizations that I gave you, because I work with visuals that I give you and prompt you
Absolutely.
with, but also they are going to put images in your head. They are going to send you signals. Maybe I'm not telling you, but I think you said it yourself. I don't know if you I can share this about
Yeah. Go ahead.
the but you were saying that you felt transported to Maui, and like these like hula and movements, and this is something that they put in your head because that's a soothing image for you. So
Yeah.
they're going to talk to you in your language.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Esos guárdalos en la despensa, no son míos. Guárdalos en la despensa y no puedes comer. Can you give me 1 second, please?
Absolutely. As she was talking, yeah, I felt there's a place, those of you that know that on Maui that I absolute feel my most relaxed. And during this session, that's where I felt transported to. That's what she's talking about now is this very specific place on Maui. And I would feel like I have taken some hula classes, but but this was different. This wasn't like the hula that you imagine with the little the shaking of the butts. This was the very slow, intentional hand movements and stuff that they do in hula. And I could feel that, and I kept my hands down because I didn't want to be all up in the air. But I kept my hands down, but I would feel it. And even as I'm talking about it now, I feel this weird energy in my hands, even now. And I likened it, I think with to Ximena about and this is another thing about it was that I don't know if any of you have had neuropathy where your feet or your hands or whatever feel tingly. I have had it because of all of the chemo that I've had. And my feet have been numb. I've not been able to feel my toes. I have to be very careful, doing my clipping my toenails, that whole thing for about 3 years now. And this got very, very intense in my feet and hands during this meditation that we were doing. But since then, even still today, my feet and my hands are not numb. And it's weird. I've quit taking the medication for it. It is still not numb. I thought, okay, when I quit taking this, because I've taken it for years, and I thought, I don't need this. My hands and feet are not numb anymore. And and so I quit taking the medication. I have not taken it since the next day after our meditation thing, and it would very much have worn off by now. It's a very quick, wears off very quickly, and it's still not back. I still don't have that neuropathy feeling, but it did get very intense during the thing, and I would feel like it was moving down my arms and my legs, and then like out my fingers and toes, and then it was gone, and it has not come back. Except for right now, I feel tingly in my hands, but it's just happened in the last 2 or 3 minutes. So, I don't think I think just having her on here, I'm like, "Okay, I'm back."
I know it happens. It may come back. It's not like
Yeah, yeah.
because also if you want to actually heal things, a lot of the physical ailments that we have don't come just from the physical body. They come also from our spiritual body and our mental
Mhm.
body. I'm not saying this substitutes medicine or it's
No,
gonna
no, no.
be like, but it does help because it
Mhm,
heals not the symptom but the actual cause.
mhm,
So what the angels do is they treat the cause. So they, if you have an emotional wound that is like causing all these physical like ailments,
Mhm.
they are going to help. Sometimes you need one session and that's it. Sometimes you need several sessions. So it depends on the type of where the blockage is, if there's like what the type of ailment you have. There's like a lot of things that depending on the I don't want to say patient because I'm not a doctor, but like the
Yeah, I know
person,
what you mean.
the
Mhm.
consultant. It's the way that we work. So if you need more sessions, then well, that's open. But yeah, um, it's a it's a beautiful. I didn't believe it at first. Like when I started like hearing about them, um, when I started hearing about it, I'm like a super skeptic. Like my cousin is the one who started talking about them with
Mhm.
me for years, and I was like, yeah, whatever. That's your hippy dippy things because I was denying all my every calling that I had to what I'm doing now. I was just denying it because it was evil, and I had this upbringing and things like that. But when I started opening up and started working with them, I saw that it was the real deal. They've helped me in situations that I needed actual help, and they've helped me understand it. Right now, I was telling Clint today or yesterday, I don't remember, um, that in the things that I've been living lately, in
Mhm.
other situations in my life, I would have snapped already. I would have like just
Mhm.
like I would have been in the horrible crisis. And it's one coup after another coup, another like it's just one blow, another,
Yeah.
another, another, and I'm still like, okay, I'm okay. This is gonna be better, and I feel as grounded as I can be because they've been help like surrounding
Yeah.
me by the and supporting me and giving me the clarity when I need it. So that's why I started working with them. I decided I wanted to learn and train, not train, to remember. I think it's remembering because I think I
Yeah.
already work with angels in another life, in my beliefs. So it's just remembering how to channel it because it comes natural. It just
Yeah.
comes, and I really love it and I enjoy it, and I see the good that it does in people,
Mhm.
and how it's actually helping people. It's nothing evil. I'm not telling you
No.
not to take your medication. I'm not. It's
No, not
just
at all. She
a
never mentioned.
support. It's a support for people that it's just like I think in how I believe, and I was raised by a doctor. My dad was a doctor, so it's like I believe there has to be like um, they have to support each other. You can go all allopathy and then
Yeah.
deny the holistic part. I think they have to come together. So yeah, and yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Yeah, you never did, say anything about not taking medicine or anything. What I do is every night when I have to take all that, I have like 8 pills that I take in the morning and 8 pills that I take they're the same ones. But anyway, twice a day, and then I have some that I have to take 3 times a day, and I'm always looking for, like, is there one that is not, life preserving kind of thing, that I could quit taking, like, if that I don't need, and I thought, "I don't feel this neuropathy, and I wanna see if I really don't feel it." And so,
Yeah.
that's something you could start and stop and start again, and I may have to start it again. Now I will laugh and very seriously as I laugh, but I will say that, first of all, John, uh, Dorian, I can't talk today, I'm tongue-tied. Anyway, he actually made a comment in our mod chat and said, "This angel healing thing really got to you," and I said, "Yeah, it did, it really did." So, like, he's noticing that I'm different, and, Mark actually said that we need to set us up on a monthly I need to set up on a monthly deal and just add it to my expenses. So he's like, "I think that maybe it'd be cheaper to pay her than it would be for you to, this." First of all, my therapist, I honest to God, I'm not against therapy, but I felt more relief from 1 hour of meditation with you than I have with several hours of therapy. And I told Mark, I said, "Imagine the 2 of them combined, what I could do."
Thank
So,
that's I really want to thank you. This beautiful compliments. Like I
well,
really
I'm telling the
appreciate it.
truth. I'm not just gonna, blow smoke up your ass. I'm telling the truth. This is huge.
No,
This
thank
I
you.
I wasn't like I wasn't like a full believer that this was gonna happen. Like but I wasn't really skeptical either. I was just open. if that makes sense. I
Mhm.
was just like, maybe we'll try it,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I came away, which
And
I
that's the thing, because you can come with me and you want to say, okay, I let's try this therapy session, but you're these people, like the type of people who's going to say, yeah, I don't believe in this, I'm just going to go see, like, she's a, like, she's not the real deal, and they're not going to help you because you're not open to that. Like, that's the thing.
yeah,
And if it doesn't resonate with you, like, it's just not, it's not for you. It's like everything. Like in magic, I practice a lot of type of magic, but I this is the one that resonates the most with me.
yeah,
And that's why I do it, like tarot and all of those things. It
yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean it's the only thing. There's a lot of things that resonate with you, and maybe this is it.
yeah.
This path of spirituality is not for you, and that's okay too. Like, you can pray to God, and you can do light a candle. You like, there's so many different things that you can do to access divinity. It doesn't have to
Mhm.
be my way. I think God
Yeah.
has different types of, like, um ways to reach to different people. And so
Mhm.
I just take what resonates with you,
Mhm.
and respect it, and that's all. Like, it's just, that's where I come from. Like, if you don't like
Yeah.
what I, yeah, it's just, so because I've got that, yeah, this is fake, okay, and it's okay that you
Yeah.
feel that way.
Yeah.
It works for me, and
Mhm.
this is for me and for the people who resonate with me, and I'm happy
Well,
with it. And
I
so, yeah.
was telling Mark, because he doesn't understand. He definitely saw a difference in me, and I wasn't even whenever we first finished, and you were like, "How are you feeling?" I really just didn't. I didn't know yet, and it really, I told you I feel relaxed. All that. I feel calm and relaxed and all that, and I did, and I still do, even though I still get really excited and happy about stuff. But there's just this calmness about it and not the chaos, and I'm much more clear. I have 3 weeks of lives already lined up, already, and there were times that I was daily just, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to do, and just like, even just with my just life in general, or with things that upset me, I mean, everybody has like arguments with people or grievances and all that kind of thing. And I feel much more like I'm putting it in the importance of it that it really has. Like, is this really something that I need to let myself get worked up over? And so I just feel this calmness about it, like that, okay, yes, this is happening. Yes, this is awful, whatever. But no, this is not life altering kind of,
Mhm.
and so, I just really feel just a peace about it. And I don't know. I just wanted to share with everybody. I really did. I just wanted to.
And for me, it's like an honor. I'm very grateful for the people who allow me
Mhm.
to be that channel. Like I said, it's not me doing the work. I'm just being a
Yeah.
channel. I'm just calling the right energy. I'm just like, because I know how to work with that. But you are the one who's doing the healing, and they connected with you, and they helped you in the way that you needed it. And
Mhm.
so I think that's a beautiful part of it, that
Mhm.
they always know what to work, because we need to understand that we can ask a lot of things, but
Mhm.
that's not necessarily what we need. So we
Yeah.
can ask the universe for a lot of things, but is it really what we need? Is it really what's
Yeah.
resonating with me right now? And and they're gonna give you what you need, not what you want or what you're asking for. It's not necessarily what you're asking
Yeah.
for. And I
Everything
think,
is not fixed. I mean, it didn't fix anything, but it made everything where I just feel more able to like think about it rationally and
and that's
experience
what
it.
Jofiel does. It brings
Yeah.
you clarity, and that's what we were
Yeah.
like working with. You needed clarity. You were feeling chaotic. You were feeling overwhelmed, and they just put everything together.
Mhm.
The things that you're dealing with are not going to disappear. They're still there, but you now have a different perspective because they help you put that in where they belong. And I think that's the beauty of it, because they work with what you have and what you need. That doesn't mean you don't have to do the work. It's not, you don't have to do
Mhm.
the work. You're going to still do the work, but you are
Yeah.
going to do it with a different perspective and with a different lens. And that's the beauty of working with them. It just brings you peace and clarity. And well, I just love working with them. They're just,
Yeah. I think it's I don't know.
And I work
I'm
with them in different ways. I work with them with candles. I work with them with meditations. I work with them using the pendulum. I work with them with water. Like I do different things. It's just
mhm,
depending on the person. It's the tool
mhm,
that I use, and even with myself, I use. I don't want to say use them because I don't use them. They help me, and they like I work with them, and we work together, and they're there for me whenever I need them. Because part of the missions of angels is that they are there for us to help us
mhm.
goes and fulfill our missions, and and that's what their mission is: be there for us and help us, and they do it willingly and lovingly. But the only thing is that you need to be open for it, and
Yeah,
really really be open, and really really wanting it. If you're not open, you don't want to, you don't believe, you're hesitant, they're not going to come, because
yeah.
that's what it happens.
Well,
So,
you're blocking them.
and they
You're
manifest also
always,
themselves. Yeah, and I told you, you're gonna feel some relief right now, but it's gonna be coming in the next days and weeks, maybe, and you're gonna be feeling them, and you're gonna be like seeing. They communicate in different ways. They can leave feathers. They can um, give you synchronicities. The 555, 333, 444, like these numbers that you see, or maybe it's with a song that suddenly it has the message of something
Mhm,
you needed to hear, or maybe there was someone who you haven't seen in like years calls you and tells you the right thing at the right time when you needed it,
mhm.
or maybe you needed to leave some place and they saved you. Like that happened to me.
Yeah.
I remember I was pregnant and I was in a bar. I was not drinking, but I was in a bar with some friends. I was pregnant, and I started feeling this like need of I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go now, 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 now. And it's
Wow.
like people got angry at me, and why we left because I was so pushy. I need to go now. At 5 minutes
Mhm.
later, someone got shot in the table that was next to me, and I was like,
Oh
I
my
would have
goodness.
experienced that being pregnant, like but it's those type of things that for me are not coincidences. For me, are signs that something's they are sending me help,
Mhm,
and they've been sending me help all the time. One day I was in a middle of a crisis. It was a year ago, and I was really really struggling. And the first thing that I saw in super random place in the city, a 555, and then below it was everything's going to be all right. And I was asking like, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. And it was just relax, everything's going to be all right.
yeah.
And so like calm invaded me, and after that everything started falling, like starting to work and put them like, I don't know, in place.
Mhm.
So I'm having issues speaking English right now. I've been very stressed the last couple of days, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry about
I was
it.
gonna say
uh,
her second language is English, and so, you know, give her a little piece. She's had a lot going on and probably been listening to more in Spanish lately than even normal because you've probably been watching more of the news and everything too. So you're probably very immersed in Spanish.
I've been talking, like, to be honest, like these past couple of days were horrible, but I wouldn't have survived. Clint was my rock that day, like the Gen X effect. He was with me like 24/7. He was
Yeah.
there, he was listening to me, supporting me. He went through all my crises. I wouldn't have gone through this. And Davey also,
Yeah.
oh, these guys, like all the like show like the everyone was showing me support and love, but they were the ones who were there. Like Clint was with me since the moment I learned what was going on, and he was there for me. I think he was sent by the angels, to be honest. Like he
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
and the patience he had with me was because I was spiraling and like anxious and not anxious and anxious and not anxious. It was
Yeah.
it was very scary, but yeah.
The
So
angels were probably
I'm
going,
struggling
"Ximena,
right
hold
now
it
with my
down."
English. Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah.
fine. I wanna read some of the, comments that the
Mhm.
chat has made as we're kinda going along too. So, let me see. Christy said, "Ben, that's a good point. Witchy people are definitely more open." I agree. I think witchy people are very open.
I think we have learned that it's important to respect everyone's beliefs, because not
Mhm.
necessarily everything resonates with you, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that at least I guide myself with.
Yeah. Well, I know that, just a personal experience that I have felt more just accepted and welcomed and everything with the friends that I have made in the witchy community, and that's why I wanted to do this whole series, is because I thought, you know what? These people have really helped me so much in the last year or so just by accepting me and not telling me I'm right or telling me that I'm wrong, just accepting me and letting me, be who I am. And I've never had that before, to be perfectly honest. And so that's why I wanted to do this too.
I think
So
that's the thing that I think we as like the people who are walking this path, we understand that every soul has a different purpose and a different path and different lessons. So we just let the people be the way like the person
Mhm.
is, because that's their lesson, that's their journey, that's how they are, and we don't have to interfere because that's like it's your journey.
Yeah.
So we'll respect and support and be
Yeah.
there,
That's how
but
I
we don't
felt.
have to interfere, or like that's the way that I see it, at least.
Yeah. This is what actually that Chrissy was responding to. Ben says, I find it fascinating. All the witchy people respond so much better to Chase's conversational hypnosis and suggestion statements to wake up. I think it's because of how they view reality. So,
Well,
yeah.
what Chase has been talking about lately is very like it resonates a lot with me. Yeah, I just he's been fascinating to hear lately. So that's
Hmm.
he's great.
So let's see here. Oh, conversations with Christy
Oh,
says Jimena's angel healing was beautiful for me. Oh, it was
I
me
did it
too.
with
I
her
have
too.
cried. Like I have cried. Like not like sad. Just I'll just be like so relaxed and happy that I'll just have a tear here or there. And
Oh,
it is, like if you're looking at some like a beautiful painting or you hear a beautiful song. I'm gonna cry again, guys. But it's
well,
really like that. And you told me I might be more emotional.
yeah, I told you, yeah, you might be more emotional. You might feel tingling. You might
Yeah,
feel very tired and needing to sleep. Like, and it's part of like also transmuting everything like that. Like, and
yeah,
tears, like uh, tears are sometimes feared because oh you're a crybaby, but no,
yeah.
tears are very cleansing. There's a way that we cleanse ourselves also, like that's a way of our body to clean ourselves, so yeah.
Jimenez or Christy says that you can share her story too if you want about healing.
It was super interesting because I was very like with Christy, like she's an energy worker too, so for me it was like it was like okay, I'm gonna show this to someone who works with energy, and like I've never like worked with her in this way, right?
Yeah,
So I was honored that she asked first, and we were working, and you could see like it was fascinating. She was meditating, and whenever I invoked one of the angels, then the curtain behind her started moving, and the breeze is starting to like cross,
yeah.
and you could see it actually, and it was like, and you could see her reactions, and whenever I said something like you're moving through this, you're doing through that, things like that, like she felt it, and you could see
Yeah.
like if I touched shoulders, she moved the shoulder, and it was like, but she felt it, and like it was, and you could feel like you could see like the breeze, just the air like
Oh,
flowing,
wow.
and the curtain moving, and the dogs were calm. I had a session with a friend. She has a little daughter, and her age is 2 years old, and she's like dynamite, like she's all over the place, and she never sits down or stays calm or
Yeah.
anything. And I was doing the meditation with her. She needed one. She asked me for one, so I offered them, and she was sitting down. And at one point, the little girl came and sat down with her and just relaxed. And the two of them were just hearing my voice and doing the thing. She said, "My daughter has been calm since we talked to you. What did you give her?" Like, no, well, she
Oh,
needed to be calm. It's just, yeah, it's beautiful. That those are the things that I love about working with them. Yeah.
I anybody that's skeptical, I open your heart, open your heart and your mind. And I have always said that I just believe that this world is just full of possibilities, that just for us to even exist is such an absolute miracle that we even exist, no matter how people think we came to exist. I mean, whether you believe God or you believe in some kind of, Big Bang theory or
Yeah.
both, or whatever, regardless, it is astonishing that we exist. And so
It
if
is.
all of that is possible, why is this not possible? You know,
Yeah. And I
why?
think I see the world a little bit more open because we were always treated, and I think it's part of that. I was raised a Catholic, and when I started working with this, it was hard for me with my dad never accepted what I was. He was,
Yeah.
I remember before he died, like a month before he died, he was very adamant with, I offered, do you want me to help you with my angels and do some soothing, because he was in a lot of pain, and he got very angry. He told me no, and it really hurt my feelings that day. But I
Yeah.
remember the day he died, uh, he looked at me and he said, like, come over. And I was working. I asked him, like, can I work with my angels now? And he said, yeah. So I called the angel of transition, because he was in a lot of pain, and Raphael to soothe the pain, and Michael to protect his journey to the other, to transcend, and all of that. And I remember when I started working with him, he could just, like, you could see like how he was soothed, and like he was calm. And as I started asking Azrael to help him transition, and everything started to calm down, and you could see, like, you could feel the presence. And then he just left, and held my hand, and he was like, thank you, like thanking me, and he transitioned. And after I came home, I found a wing in my house, like a
Oh,
feather in my house, a feather, a white feather in my house was not open, it was closed for days. uh, there was no way there was a feather, and I remember it was a validation for me, like he made it okay, and that he was validating that this was something real, right? So it was, for me,
yeah.
it was very validating. Yeah.
Wow. So we have Carrie. She says, are crystals or manifestation involved?
It depends on what you're working in. Healing sessions, not necessarily manifestation. You just see yourself, like, if you are going to work with, for example, you want your body to uh, soothe and don't have pain and all of that, you visualize yourself being good and happy. That's why I use positive, like, affirmations there and things like that. Crystals, I do work with them if I'm working with a pendulum, if I'm working a ritual with angels, if I'm manifesting. So it depends. Healing sessions, no. If I'm working with um a ritual where I'm, for example, I want a job, I need a job, I need help with the job, I need to, like, roads to be open, so then I use crystals to enhance the energy. It just, like, I don't know how you say it, but it amplifies, like,
Yeah.
the energy when you're working with a ritual. So I
Yeah.
work with crystals there. So they're, depending on what you're working with, yeah, crystals are necessary. You can work with them after the healing meditation. If you, for example, are need soothing, I like amethyst. You can hold an amethyst. You can hold it when you're being healed. Like, depending on what you resonates with you at the moment. So yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I do work with crystals.
We have Lord Kiss Freak says Ximena is the real deal. I can see John nodding in agreement. Yeah, John is like, he is one of your absolute biggest, like, fans. You know, just he
I actually
fans isn't really the word
did
I'm
a
looking for, but he
ritual
loves.
with angels for him before I started doing the healing sessions.
Yeah,
I did a
he
ritual.
talks about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he he was telling all about it in the mod chat yesterday. And if he pops in, if he wants to talk about it, I gladly have him here. So I know he's kind of doing double duties today. So anyway, Christy says that when Ximena guided me, I think it means through my angel healing, the wind would pick up as the angels came into work. It was
Okay,
very
Cinta.
powerful. Yes. She is for sure a healer's healer. So I'm thankful for her abilities. I think that having Christy's, having Christy, like, put a stamp on you is huge. I mean,
Mhm.
she's so very respected and beautiful, and I don't know. I love both of you. I think that both of you, I just immediately felt so drawn to, not even on this level, just as people in general. But yeah, with this,
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, and I love the way, like, because we have very different approaches to magic and working with
Mhm.
energy. and yet they complement each other. So I
Yeah.
really I love talking to her, especially like she loves candle magic. I love candle magic. I work with candles all the time, so it's just it's amazing. So anytime like I'm working on something, or like I have a worry, she always offers like, can I do something for you? Like, can
Aw.
I light a candle for you? I'm like, yes, please do it.
Yes.
Like I always love that. And I think there's a lot of respect, mutual respect. So that's something that I love about like people like her, and like people that do magic like me. Like we would normally respect each other, and the way that we approach things. I don't know, Witchy Trista is another one who
Mhm.
I respect and love, and she works with different like tools, and we have different approaches still, like Mili de la Prida also. So we work, and whenever we talk, we just like, I do the same but in this way, and it's
Yeah.
like we always complement each other. And so it's just I don't know, it's just beautiful to work with them and
Trista's coming
and
on
know
next
them.
Wednesday. So
Ah,
Trista
I
will be here
appreciate it.
next Wednesday. I'm excited. And then on the day that Christy comes in, I have a doctor's appointment where we're going to set up. I'm having a hysterectomy, and we're going to set up that. And so I have it actually booked past that day, but after I have that, then I'm going to book in it, even more. So please, if anybody else out there would like to come on and talk about, be on Witchy Wednesday, y'all,
Hmm.
then I want to get with you. That's just if you haven't been, you know, talked to about it yet. That's why I hate to talk to somebody and then be like, oh well, I can't book you for 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something. So I'm kind of waiting just a little bit, but I'll probably start reaching out more in the next couple weeks. So, but anyway, I'm I love it. So,
Yeah,
baby says hello and sending love to Ximena. Thank you for
Davey.
being here. Yes, Ximena, she's all love.
She's
So,
an amazing friend. Yeah, I
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. I've seen her around quite a bit. I think she's awesome. Carrie says again, apologies if that was already mentioned, but I know. But how can people
oh,
book sessions? Yes, we
the healing
absolutely need that.
sessions. I haven't set them up in my fourth wall. I think I was checking that. I have I do other energy works. I Hebrew pendulum is one, tarot sessions, things like that. But the angel sessions I don't have them there. But if you want a session, you can hit me an email at magicofhealingyoursoul@gmail.com and send me your contact information, and we can set something up there if you're
Ben,
interested.
if you could put her link in the chat, or anybody, any of my mods, if you're here, if you could put her link to her channel or her email or something in the chat, that would be great, because I'm really hoping that this will get a lot of people interest. 'Cause I just, first of all, I want to support you, but second of all,
Mhm.
when something really affects me on a positive level, I want to share it. I want to share those things with
Thank
people
you. I really,
because
really appreciate it.
thank you, Lord Kiss Freak. Thank you. So, aw, Ben. Ben is minding his manners today. Something about having you on here. He's not picked on me one time. He's usually picking on me.
He's great. I love Ben. He's
Mark's over in the
amazing.
background saying I can do that. Like he's gonna pick on me since Ben's not. Aw, Ben says, what? No, not Mark. He says I can come on a Wednesday. Did you say it's Bitchy Wednesday? I'm like, no, it's Wednesday.
I love
Uh,
that. Yeah,
you gotta know. You're gonna have to meet him sometime. He's pain in my
I'll be
butt.
honored. Thank you.
Yeah, he gets cranky after work. Ben says she helped me a lot.
Who
And she
doesn't?
was trying different things. Yeah, I think that's great. And I just, I was wondering, there's something that I was wondering about, because I know that like you work a lot with angels, and you said that you work with candles, lighting candles for people and all that kind of thing. How does that, I mean, it kind of sounds like it is would kind of hold true to your Catholic background, because don't Catholics like pray through angels and stuff too? And I know that they light
No,
candles.
they recognize only a handful of angels. They don't
Mhm.
recognize
Not
all of them the way
everybody.
that I work with them. I
Yeah.
work more with the Kabbalistic part of
Yeah.
like angels, but you can work with them in different ways. And
Yeah.
like like church and lighting candles and all of that, that's a ritual. Like
Yeah.
me as a witch, I do rituals and I
Yeah.
like candles. What candles do is they light the way. A candle,
Mhm.
what it does is you have to walk the path. You don't know how you're gonna work it. You don't know, you don't have clarity. So what you
Yeah.
do is when you light the candle, it opens, like it shows you the path that you have to take. So when
Yeah.
I work with candles, the way that I work, it's not the only way. I
Yeah.
know some people work it different, but that's the way that I like to see it. That light lights the way. So uh, for me, a ritual with candles is I'm asking for something. I have a petition. I'm manifesting something. I am envisioning something. I have a purpose. So that's me telling the universe what I need, the help that I need. And when I get back from the candles, in the residues of the candles, is a response to my petition. So it can tell
Oh,
me,
okay.
yes, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. You're going to have some obstacles. There's these
Yeah.
things working. So I read the candles. I read the wax that is left and the residues of the candles in the plate, and that's how I work with candles. So it's a
Yeah.
different type of ritual. So yeah, it has a lot to do with the um, Catholic Church in terms of like they use candles, but I don't
Yeah.
use the
Well, the
yeah.
thing is like it's not so outlandish is kind of what I mean, because Catholics have been working with some kind, some form of angels, some amount of angels and candles and all that stuff for, ever. And so I don't find it like so out there. You know what I mean?
Because
Like I don't
but
find it
every
so
religion,
far.
depending on how you see it, you see these entities. The wings, the wings and all of that
Yeah.
is more for the Catholics, but
Mhm.
there's representation of the energy of the angels in almost every religion,
Yeah.
and in almost every history book. Like there's stories of people who came and did things like that, and you can see the signs of them being represented in some way or another
Mhm.
in different cultures, in different religions, and it's super interesting because they match. And I think Chase it put it in a way the other day, they are all connected. And I think that's where I come from when I'm saying God has different ways, or the divinity, to connect with people. So to a person who lives in a certain region, they're gonna
Mhm.
like resonate with something, and
Yeah.
someone who lives in the Western culture is gonna resonate with something else. And
Mhm.
so, but it's the same thing. Just
Yeah.
it's like speaking French and English and
Mhm.
Spanish, just
Yeah.
different words for the
Absolutely.
same thing.
Indigo says, Ximena, such a strong, beautiful,
Oh, thank you, Indigo. Thank you so
like,
much.
truly blessed to know her. I agree. I agree. Oh, well, looky here.
Oh, babe.
I've been on the receiving end of two angel healings. Both times brought relief or in the last week. I have three of the best days in the last 2 to 3 months, all less than a week of an angel healing.
He has a he has been having struggles with physical health. He's been in a lot of pain and he's been struggling a lot. And I offered, and yeah, he had three good days.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's what it did. I think it's a combination of a
No.
lot of factors, but he felt good. He felt great, and I do think that if we continue doing these sessions, he can find more relief until he gets to the appointment he needs to get. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's my biggest fan, so I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
but I biggest fan or not, results are results. And again, she's not saying that she's healing you, that she's like fixing things. She What it did for me is it makes it easier for me to deal with things. Like, even you know how, okay, like if I am like chaotic in my thoughts, and if I'm tense is the word I'm looking for, everything hurts more, sorry. Well, if something can work with my mind to help me, like, not be so tense, the pain is better. And so
Yeah.
I think that that's a lot of what has happened, is that I am not being my own worst enemy at this point. I am more relaxed, more in control. I am still, scared, about my appointment on the 4th. I'm still scared. I have scans for my breast cancer coming up in the next few weeks. All those things are still worrisome, but I am not in panic mode. I am not in I have to get my house in order before I die mode. kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
no, and they do help, and also like I said, you when you're working with them, you're not just working your physical body, you're working all your bodies. We don't have just one body, we have different bodies. So
yeah.
they work on all levels, and so it's not just the symptom, it helps you relieve a
Mhm.
lot of the symptoms. So the more you do it, the more you feel better. I
Mhm.
was dealing with a lot of like migraines, and I'm dealing with a lot of stress and things like that. And as I started these healing sessions with like just offering them and like, hey, I need to do this because I'm taking this course,
Mhm.
and and people said, yes, I've been feeling better for my migraines. I do get them still, but
So
it's
so
less
that
and
does it
less.
I was
Like,
gonna
yeah,
ask you that is, does it help you too? Or because I
yes,
worried about like, oh my gosh, which you said that, there's things that the angels can do to protect you from what you're gonna feel of us. Like, so you're
yeah,
kind of protected from
I
my
am.
negative energies and stuff. But so when these angels are there and they're, working with us through you, it helps you too?
Yes, they also,
That's
if I need something that is like related, they are gonna help
Mhm.
me. It does take a lot of work. I in terms of energy from my like
Oh,
I
yeah.
get very tired, especially with certain sessions. I do get very drained. Like I'm very tired,
Mhm.
so I need to eat. I'm hungry. I need to hydrate and things like that. But I'm always protected, especially like
Yeah.
they work from the light. So it's important to know that like I don't need protection because I'm working from a place of that it's pure love. So
Mhm.
and I know how to protect myself. That's
Yeah.
when if I'm not feeling well or if I'm feeling sad or emotional, I can't work with them because I
Yeah.
won't be able to connect with them, and then this won't work. Like I also need to be
Yeah.
grounded. So before I go through to a session, I need like some time to ground myself, prepare
Mhm.
mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I
Yeah.
ask for protection. I do a lot of things before. I set an altar, I light a candle. So it's just like I set up everything because I respect them.
Yeah.
And this has to be coming from a place of respect and honor them and thank and gratitude, a lot of gratitude for what they're doing for us. So when you work from there, that then it's going to be protection. And my first experience was with Archangel Michael, and he's the angel of protection, an archangel of protection. So since I had that experience, I knew that nothing was going to be happening to me ever. He's going to be always by my side, and I always feel him.
Yeah.
It's just I remember the first time I experienced him, I just felt like nothing's gonna happen. I'm protected. I'm good. So that's
Yeah.
also like I'm vibrating higher when. So that's also something that happened. Like I've been doing all this energy work with you guys, and I'm like doing the angel sessions and all of that, and a lot of that has happened, and I've been stable. Like I haven't been
Yeah.
spiraling, anxious. More,
Oh, I
I've
don't
been
know.
anxious, but not as anxious as I could have been.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with things in a better way, and that's because I'm vibrating higher. Like so the
Mhm.
more you work with them, the higher the frequency you are vibrating, and the better you feel. So
Mhm. Indigo says, I ignored the universe and it knocked me on my metaphorical behind. So I pay more attention to those big feelings and try to figure out what the message is. I get that
mhm.
too.
Yeah,
And there is Jimena's website. Thank
yeah,
you.
I don't have it there, the angel healing sessions, because I was not trusting myself enough to do it. I know how to work with them, but I do it. I put there with candle magic, but in this healing session, very, I was not confident on
Yeah.
doing it. I thought I was not going to be good at it, or like people are
Well,
going
you
to
are.
say she's crazy. And now I am starting to gain some confidence. Like yeah, and I love it. I just love it. It's just so
Yeah.
beautiful to
But
work
they
with.
can
So
contact you. They can get a hold of you and talk to you about
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
So let's see. I want to make sure we get to these because Ben says Alan Watts put it really well that we are like drops in the ocean telling others that we are separate of creation or the universe. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty good there. Hate when he's so smart.
He's super smart.
I know it. Ben says I used to think for a long time there was nothing to crystals, but just shutting my eyes and going through a crystal shop was fascinating and having a couple of them crack with different, here we go. Me and my experiments just when holding them suggest otherwise.
Yeah, crystals are amazing. I work with crystals a lot. I also do crystal healing. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I
Christy
work with grids
said,
now.
with with every healing, there's a lesson for both involved. If you don't learn something, hold on, I just lost my place. If you don't learn something, you are doing yourself a disservice. We do have to take good care of our own energy before doing energy work. And then she says, I have rescheduled and passed on sessions because I wasn't in a good energetic place. And you can only heal as deep as you have healed. That's so smart. That is brilliant. We actually talked about that just the other day. Ximena and I did, and I said, there have been times that I've had to um, just reschedule lives, not anything to do with this type of deal, with the healing type of thing, but I have had to cancel lives just because I was not in a place to do that particular live. Like I was either so weighed down with something that I couldn't go on and just do a happy go lucky kind of live because it felt fake. It felt fake, and I wanted to be able to be honestly happy. Or if I was just not able to handle something that was kind of a heavy topic, then I would have to wait sometimes. And so I kind of get that on a completely different plane of needing to take care of you first.
Well,
So
I use this analogy a lot, and a lot of people use it, and I think it's like everyone's using it. So cliche, but putting the mask before the others in a plane when something's going on, you have to take care of you first. So
mhm,
you come first, your feelings come first, your energy comes first. Because if you don't, you're the only one who is responsible for your own energy, not the other people. So
mhm,
if you're not protecting you and being mindful of your own energy, you can't take care of the others either. You have
mhm,
to be aware of what you're dealing. And so if I'm not in a good spot, then I won't be able to help you because I'm not going to channel, I'm not going to be able to
mhm.
connect, you're not going to get
Yeah,
the help you receive, you need. And
yeah,
so it's not, I'm going to harm you instead of helping you, and it's going to create mistrust, it's going to create, so it's better to be honest and say, yeah, I'm not feeling well right now, I can't do the energy session today, and it's okay.
mhm. I love this one too. Ben says, when I see people like Ximena and Christy and other witchy people, it helps me to see the universe we are all a part of. That that's true. That's kind of how I feel
That's
too.
a beautiful thing.
He's Ben is just, I don't, he's a mess. Somebody asked me the other day why I hated Ben so much, and I'm like, no, I actually love him. I mean, if I didn't like him, I wouldn't talk shit about him.
He's a very good friend. I
Yes,
really, yeah, he's really, really good
he's a
friend.
good friend to have. He really truly is.
Yeah.
So, how many of these have how many of these angel healing things have you done recently? I know you said, you were just starting on these.
Well,
Have you
no,
done
I've done it like these that
Oh,
I
yeah.
offered
Yeah.
online. No, it's just recently in the last couple of months. I've done it before. Like I work with it. It's just I don't do
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
publicly because I was like, maybe I'm not good enough, but I do them.
Well, you need to hang that on your shingle now, as they say. You are good enough. I mean, I know
I
that
was,
like I said, I wasn't a disbeliever, but I was just kinda neutral about it. I was just like, "Well, we'll see," and
and
I am
my
a
teacher
believer.
pushed me to do it. Like she was like, you have to publish it. Like, why don't you do it? Like, you always do these things. Like, you're great at it. I've done it with myself, I've done it with family or friends, but I've never. So I said, okay, I'm gonna post it and see if people are interested. And then I
Yeah.
got, like, it was overwhelming, the response I got. Like, I had a lot of people like
Mhm.
signing up for it. I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
done, I don't have any space anymore. It's yeah, so it's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Aw. So this one is Grits and Grace 35 says, "Thanks for doing this, Susie, Ximena. So glad you are safe right now.
Thank
Silent
you.
watcher, and both of you ladies are magic. Thank you for being a safe place."
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I said I'm kind of a baby witch in a way. I've talked more to Christy about it than anyone else really, but you know, I I have always kind of felt that I was somewhat intuitive, and I've always believed in a lot of things that my background in my Baptist church totally was like, you know, like I would scare them to death, I think. And I'm just way more open-minded now and kind of looking into a lot of things. And I have told Christy, and what was really funny was, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I really said something that was profound. And then the more I like was accepting of it, I started seeing that this is literally on t-shirts and posters everywhere. But I literally did not know. Okay. Like I really didn't know. And I was like, I just kind of feel like that. Like I feel closer to God out in nature. Like nature is my religion. And I was like all thinking, I'm so profound.
Mhm.
And
Well,
then now
yeah.
it's like it's everywhere. Like I see it everywhere. No, they didn't copy me. It was already there everywhere. But I kind of think that's neat that I did not know that that was a thing, and yet now have felt such comfort from that, and saying that my religion is nature. I feel closer to God and any kind of power in nature than I ever did in a church. And that doesn't mean that I think there's anything wrong with a church. It's just me. And I do have a lot of problems with organized religion. I have said that multiple times on here. And yet, with you and with some of the others, I find the ability to kind of commingle my religious beliefs with this very peaceful, I don't know, enlightening, powerful thing. And I don't necessarily think that I'm like a full grown witch by any chance, but I am like really looking into things and finding so much peace and so much possibilities and comfort in a lot of that. And even like tarot cards that I knew absolutely nothing about. My honest to God first experience with any of that stuff was watching you. Was watching you. And just because I loved you. And so like just as a person. And so I thought, well, this is somebody you already know and you already like, and you already know she's not some weirdo. So just watch her. And I did. And I just absolutely felt
Yeah.
such peace. And then I actually got in with Christy. I started seeing her around and everything. No, no, you can't get in mommy's lap. My English bulldog, she weighs 100 pounds and she wants to sit in my lap every time I do shows. And I'm like, no. First of all, she would, she would eclipse me. But anyway, but yeah, I just want you all to know, and especially Ximena and Christy, that you all have actually helped me in such a profound way, completely without. I've done stuff with Christy too, and even without that, without anything that you've done, just your presence and your friendship has meant
Oh, that's
so
really
much.
sweet. Thank you. That's really, thank you, Susie. Thank
I
you.
really truly
I
do mean it.
No, and I'm glad that you're finding comfort in all of this, and I think that's
Yeah.
why we talk about it, because for me it changed my life. It changed my point of view. It changed the way that I approach things. It changed the
Mhm.
way that I receive things. I the way that I interact with people. It's changed a lot of things in me, and it's not only about like tarot crystals, like all of these things are just tools. The
Mhm.
real connection comes from you. The magic is you. You are the magic. You are the one. So everything's in you. So learning this is just learning tools to understand and connect and all of that. So for me it changed my life. So seeing someone that resonating with things that I say, it's just really, oh, that's awesome, that's beautiful. I really, really appreciate it.
Ritz and Gray says it's so, or I'm so intrigued and I want to explore more, but I have some church hurt, for lack of better words, that mentally convicts me. I want to see other perspectives. Yeah, if that makes it makes absolute sense.
Eh,
And I
and
am
we all
absolutely
started
one of
there.
those. Yeah, I
Well,
absolutely am one of those people that has, church hurts. And
I started there. I was not, I was denying everything that was calling me because I was it was perceived as evil,
Yeah.
especially tarot. It's like, oh my God, you're opening portals. And now that I'm doing
Yeah.
rituals and you're invoking things. Well, no, I mean, I'm getting in touch with like high frequency, like energy. It's not nothing evil. I'm working from an energy from a place of love. I'm not doing it to harm people. Tarot
Yeah.
specifically for me is a mirror of what I'm going through. It shows the obstacles, the challenges, the things that I need to work on. It's a mirror of my journey, and it has helped me heal a lot of things that I was not even aware of, or I didn't want to acknowledge, like, or voice them. So for me, they were like tools that helped me see, okay, there's something more that it's talking to me, and I'm just remembering. And it was like my higher self talking to me, like saying,
Mhm.
hey, like you have to do this, you know. So but it was very hard for me to say, okay, this is not evil, I'm going to do it. And
Mhm.
then you start looking into it and you see how respectful it is, how beautiful, how loving it is. Of course it can be used for evil, but also the church thing
Yes.
can be used for evil. Like
Absolutely.
everything can be used for evil. Like the magic or like these type of things are not evil or good per se. It's just
Mhm.
energy. It's the intention you put behind it that makes it bad or like evil or good. So it's your intentions that matter. So for me, that's understanding that part was a good thing. Yeah.
I saw this one too. Cindy, hi, good to see you. Been listening and wanted to share. I've been reading tarot cards for about 10 years. I do several modalities. Is that it? Modalities. So this has been an interesting live. Thanks for doing this. Well, I'm so glad you've liked it. The thing that really intrigued me about tarot in, on its own, basically, is um I never knew what it was. I just knew there was these cards, and I didn't really, I really didn't know much about it until I was had Christy on and everything. And the thing that gets me, that makes me more relaxed with them and more like, I don't know, just interested and relaxed. I mean, just relaxed with them, is that the cards always have the same meaning. It's just how does that meaning affect you? How does it pertain to you? So, I mean, the meaning is written out and it says what these cards mean. It's not like that somebody, Christy or Ximena or something, is doing these cards and they're like magically changing into something that that's set just for me. They kind of mean the same thing, but they can mean it can all hit a certain any there could be five people sitting here and it would those what that card meant would have a different meaning for each of us, even though the actual meaning on it did not change.
That's why I say it is a mirror, because it resonates
Yeah.
with your own journey.
Yeah.
And it depends on how you're reading the cards. It depends if they're like, if you're reading multiple cards, how they connect with each other. So
Mhm.
there's a different things. It's not just grabbing a card and reading a meaning. For that you can read a book.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to understand, like there's a
Yeah.
lot of like books that talk about it. I have all those books that I have, you can see them, but I have like 1,000 books of tarot and things like that. Oracle, same thing. You can just pull the card and read the meaning and all that. But the message like changes depending on the situation you're living, and because it resonates with you, because it's the message you need to hear at that moment, and the way it resonates with you is different. So if you're reading a card, you might see a symbol that is resonating with you in that moment, and then you pull the same card the next day, and something
Yeah.
different is going to resonate from the same card, because you're doing it like you're evolving in that journey.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the beauty of tarot. It's not because people say it's for predicting the future, and like
I
you
didn't
can't
ever
predict
feel
the
that
numbers
way.
of the lottery and things like. No, it's not like that. It's like that comes from misinformation, that comes from watching a lot of movies, that like you have to really
Yeah.
sit down and understand, talk to someone who knows how to read tarot to understand what how it works. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like I said, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know what it was, how it worked, anything. Same with oracles. And I'm really just fascinated by it because, it really does. The card's going to read the same way every time, but it's going to hit you or hit the next person different every
Yeah.
time. And I don't know, it just is amazing to me. It truly is. So I wanted to see what has. Okay, Ben has a video with old audio of Alan Watts talking about how we are part of the universe. Good. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for adding context to things. I love that. Okay, and the Gen X effect says, if I think on it, I've come to be more open to many different religions as I've embraced magic. I've learned so much is the same everywhere. I agree. I agree with that. Like even I hate to say it, but even cults, I see a lot of the teachings in cults that a lot of it starts out very much the same as all these other religions. It just goes wrong because what? Humans. Humans mess it up. And so I think that that's the same with every religion. I think that they're all so much alike, but humans mess it up.
Yeah.
Humans. That's why I have such a hard time, I think, with organized religion, is because or even the Bible. As much as I love my Bible, I have read it front to back many times, but I'm a former Sunday school teacher, y'all, and the whole bit. But God or Jesus didn't sit down and write that. It was written by men, and a lot of it was written many, many, many years after these events happened. And so to me, and it's been interpreted so many times. And what gets me is it has to be fallible for the sheer fact that all these different denominations can read the very same Bible and come up with all these different meanings of everything that it says. And so while like Clint, he is, more open to and understanding of all these other religions and everything because he's, found magic basically. I agree with him. I feel that same way. It makes me more open to it and more uh, more able to see that it is just humans, that we are all the same, and that some of us are very well, we're all fallible, but some of us really fallible. And I don't know. I see that rigid religion, the actual what they call, the mainstream religions, I see a lot more harmful things coming out of that than I have ever seen in this magic or witchy community. And I don't know, it just it makes me feel
Yeah.
very at ease with you all.
And we're attacked constantly. I always, like, every time I go live, there's one or two people who are
Oh,
saying
I
you're
know.
evil. Like, you just, I was promoting this tarot class for beginners so people could start it and things like
Mhm.
that. And the amount of messages, hateful messages that I got,
Mhm.
like, you're evil, why are you scamming people, like, go back to Jesus. And I'm like, well, Jesus didn't, like, was
Yeah.
not promoting hate against each other. I think that that's
Yeah.
completely against, like, he was respecting everyone. He, like, so why are you telling me not to be, like, to go
Yeah.
to hell? Like, it's just like, I'm not,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't like what I'm offering, just
The
scroll
whole,
out.
what would
Like,
Jesus
you don't need
do?
to disrespect. I
What
got
would
a handful
Jesus
of
do?
hate of oh my god, it was just every comment that I got was hate. I'm like, this is, it's very tiring. But
The first
you
time I
get used
had
to it.
I can't remember if it was you or Christy, but the first time I had one of you on, I think it was Christy. The first time I had her on, one of the first comments that I got on the replay was by somebody that watches, still watches, and said, "I'm so sorry that you're not a Christian anymore." And I was like, "When did I ever say that?" I mean, I clearly said and still do say that I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, the whole bit. I just believe in this other stuff too. It's just, I don't know, I'm just open to things, but yeah, I was just like, "Oh god," and then it only got worse from there. I started getting a whole lot of stuff, and I'm just like, "Ah, delete, delete, delete. I don't
But,
care."
like, I respect them. Like, as long as
Yeah,
like, I think for me what matters is the intentions behind everything. So, if as long as you're respectful, you don't harm anyone. Like, we're not harming anyone, we're helping people if we can.
yeah,
So, like, if you don't like me, it's fine. You don't have to like me, but you don't also have to indoctrinate me to make me believe what
absolutely.
I'm supposed to believe. If you don't agree with me, it's fine. I
Yeah,
respect that you don't believe with me, that you don't agree with me. Respect that I don't agree
mhm,
with you. That's the
yeah,
same. It's just,
absolutely.
but it's,
I don't
yeah,
know.
but you learn how to shield about it with that, and just like, yeah,
Mhm.
let
But
them
like
talk.
Clint said, we are all a part of this. We are all the
Mhm.
same. We just, go about things different. It's another thing that like with different religions and stuff is that, I have friends that are Muslim and they call God Allah. Well, they also call pizza something different. It's a different language. And so these people that come to me and are like, "Oh, well, they pray to Allah." And I'm like, "That's God." You know, that is
And
God.
that's what I'm saying. Like God talks to people in different ways
Mhm.
because people's minds work differently. So for
And he
me,
meets you where
what
you are.
resonates is angels and crystals and magic and
Mhm.
candles and all of that and tarot. For other people, is the Catholic Church. For other
Mhm.
people, is the Baptist Church, and it's
Yeah.
okay. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to fight each
absolutely.
other. I don't think there's an absolute truth. I think like we don't know the absolute truth. This is
I don't
what
think we're
resonates with
supposed to know.
me, and
Yeah.
and it's my path and it's my journey and it makes me happy and I'm not harming anyone. So I'm like,
No.
I in my life it's true, and I live it every single day, and it's
Yeah.
just the way that I live, and it's part of my
No.
life. So I have a witchy
I
life since I
I'm
wake up.
I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. I've said it many, many times. I've said it many times on this live in particular, but I do believe in God and believe in Jesus and all that. And I know that the experience that I had with Ximena was real and has changed something in me. It has helped me. And I don't know one single person in this community that's any kind of a devil worshiper or anything like that. So I don't even come at me with that shit. So I have gotten nothing but love from this community, from this witchy community, and much more love than I have gotten from my church community. So,
No.
there's that. And I also believe there are great churches out there. I'm not down on churches. I just am saying two things can be true at once.
And you
And
can believe in multiple things. And I believe in
absolutely.
Jesus. For me, it was a great master. He was something who like was preaching a lot of the things that I preached, like love each other, respect each
Mhm.
other. He was coming from a place of love, not hate. He like
Yeah.
so for me, he was real. Buddha was real. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
like for me, like all this like prophets, and I'm not
Yeah.
denying any of that. I'm not denying
Yeah.
everything that happened. I'm not denying your
Yeah.
truth. I just have a different vision of it. But I
Yeah.
think it's the same thing, just in my own language.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I want to just pop this one up here too, real quick. Again, Christy, she's talking to Grits and Grace, and church hurt is real. I too had to untangle a lot, but came to realize that what I believe now is so much more comforting. Take it at your own pace. Absolutely. I I love that. I think that's I don't know. I think it's a great place to end actually. How about that? It's getting kind of late. It's almost 8
Yeah, and
o'clock here.
I need to
I know
take
you
my
have children. Yeah.
I haven't had my daughter in days, and we had this like whole like war zone for a couple of days. So I
Yes.
need to put her in bed and have her something
Yeah.
to eat and all. But it was
Well,
like lovely to be here. Thank
oh,
you
thank you
for
so much. We
thank
have
you
been
for
praying
yeah.
for you all and sending healing, peaceful energy, anything. I told him, I said, "I don't care what you got, send it. If it is positive, you send it to Mexico and
Thank you
specifically
so
to
much.
Jimena." So,
It worked. We're in a
yeah.
better space today than we were two
Yes.
days ago.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, no, thank you so much, and thank you for like the honor of allowing me. And I'm
Oh,
very grateful that you allowed me to be the channel for you during that healing meditation,
yeah.
and I'm really glad that it helped.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
really
yeah,
am gonna be getting with you to have one, like, once a month or something anyway. I just think that it could really benefit me. I
yeah,
truly do.
we can
So,
schedule one. Yeah,
yeah.
just
Figure out
send me
your
a message, and yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do that. So
You
see,
you need to get that you need to figure out your price list and everything and get that on the list, girl.
I
Get
just
that
need
on
to
the
add it. I
list.
already have the price. I just need to add it. I haven't. I've been slacking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've
But
been
yeah.
a little busy, a little
Yes.
preoccupied.
Yeah,
Well,
but I'm gonna put it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead
Thank
and
you.
let you go. I love you so much, girl, and we will talk
Love you
soon.
too.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Guys, isn't she precious? I'm telling you, I love her and I love Christy and I love Trista. I am just falling in love with this community and many communities. And I'm planning to bring many creators from a lot of different communities that maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't heard of in the near future because I really just want to, to get past all of the dramatic, like whatever kind of crap that we see on a daily basis and present places that we can go just for fun or places that we can go for healing or just whatever. And so I'm really going to work on that. And I hope that you'll come along on those journeys with me because it's really important to me. And I think that it could do us all some good. So anyway, I am going to go. Thank you all for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And get with Ximena. I'm serious. I I wasn't skeptical, it wasn't that, I wasn't sure. I wasn't, I was just like, "Well, we'll try it," I'm open, and it took me probably I have said before, it took me, 10 or 15 minutes to just kind of relax, and I have tried meditation many times in the past and never been able to really get into it, to really clear my mind enough to pay attention to what I needed to be paying attention to. I was still just in my head. And honestly, within just a few minutes, I really can't think of anything that I really thought of for probably 45 minutes other than just looking out and hearing what she was saying in the background, but literally just feeling just, I don't know, feeling some kind of energy. It was amazing. And so if you can do that, I want to try to talk Mark into doing it. I don't know. He's kind of one of these that I don't know if he could relax enough to do it, but I'm going to try to get him to do it too. So anyway, I love you guys. I will be back tomorrow. We have a really fun show planned tomorrow. We're going to be talking about celebrity doppelgangers and showing some pictures of people throughout history that it's like, what? You would swear on some of these that they are in some of those old time photos or something, but it's not. It's actual people that in history, unrelated to the celebrity, look exactly like them. So anyway, I just thought that would be kind of a fun way to round out the week. So I will be back here at 6:30 Central Time tomorrow, and hopefully see you all there. Talk to you later.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons.